Good afternoon, we're Griffon and I'm Katie, and we will be presenting a topic on blue bond and ocean sustainability. According to the definition of the World Bank, a blue bond is a debt instrument typically issued by the government, development banks, and other entities to raise funds for the marine and ocean-based project. These investments have the positive impact on the economic growth, livelihood, job, and health of the marine ecosystem. So let's look at some statistics from the blue bond market, which continue to show expansion, especially in the past 2 years. There has been a significant growth in this market. The marine life is under serious threat from overfishing, water pollution, climate change, and habitat destruction. So now I'll pass the mic to Woody to summarize our article.
Now I will summarize our articles. So the article is pulled by the red test. The red test is going by S4 Media's ratings. The total mark is from 0 to 64. So we get the file grade is around 45, which means that the red test pool is good. The article is also talking about the agriculture, hence the ocean could be reversed by sustainable agriculture. This culture also mentions that only 1% of the global finance flows the blue economy now, and the blue economies can carry some of the risk to address the funding. There is some products like the branding finance to reduce the investor risk. The article is also saying that the blue bonds can help the ocean health. There is a challenge for investors like the pursuit of the short-term gains instead of the having ocean. There is 2 points. We will discuss the first one first. The first one is about the Asia Development Bank bond. The bond includes the ease of the pressures on rich fish stock, create a job in the area, and also promote the best practice. The final target is to move the Vietnam's climate adaptation. This is a structure of the bond. We can find the ADB using the convertible bonds for Australia holding for 15 million. The bond main target is to increase the fish production, promote the climate change, also foster the practice in the agriculture and development the sustainable, like to prevent the disease, ensure the food safety, and also ecological environment.
Thanks, Woody, and I'm Kathy. The analyze will focus on 3 aspects. The Australia's holding company has demonstrated a commitment to environmental sustainability, such as a coastal cleanup, integrated seaweed cultivation, and methane emission reduction. And its future blue finance strategy will focus on the ocean and community investment. If they want to know how the project proceed is used, all the proceeds were used in the capital requirement, potential facility expansion, upgrades, and the proposal construction. Using the International Capital Market Association Blue Finance Guideline, we can see the project does not contribute to the SDG 6 and 14, and its contribute which address the pollution in the river and the coastal area. Project output and the outcome include expansion of the climate resilience and the sustainable barramundi farming, development of the seaweed farming models as well. Some performance indicator like the reduction in the annual CO2 emission to monitor the progress performance. Several risk factors affect the project success, including the possible of the cost overrun, fluctuating demand in the barramundi inflation, and however, a critical assumption is that the economy of the scale are achieved to ensure all the outcome output can achieve. And we want to know where the project really can help with the ocean. Dark color indicates stronger impact contribute. The red box located our project fall under the fishery, aquaculture, and the seafood value chain. We can know that the project will carry strong impact in the pollution prevention and control and also the biodiversity protection. Then we may want to know whether the issuer is reliable. Australia holds several sustainability certifications which indicate its strong capability in executing sustainable projects. Lastly, the Asian Development Bank is a AAA rated issuer, rated under the MDB scale. This means the ADB provides high quality security to enhance investment reliability. However, since the progress report is not publicly available, we rate this convertible bond as moderate level. You may question how to achieve the sustainability and address our global topic. In fact, Vietnam is ranked in top 5 countries that likely most affected by the climate change, like increased typhoon, flooding, sea level elevated, drought, and ocean acidification. This influence directly interconnected with the sustainability of the seafood, fishery, and biodiversity. Our project addressed the challenge by implementing reinforced mooring grids, secure nets, and large cages and seaweed agriculture projects. These are fundamental in providing more comfortable habitat for the marine life and safeguard the future generation. Ultimately, this ensures future human generation have a thriving ocean, have an opportunity to experience and appreciate the rich marine life. In the economic aspects, this report showing Vietnam has a significant role in global seafood supply chain, which is the world's largest exporter of the aquatic animal products. Our project has the potential to boost Vietnam export value, increase national GDP, secure employment opportunity for the future and current generation. Furthermore, our project can reduce the gender inequality in the social aspects.
Thank you, Katie. I'm Fiona. Now I'll talk about the second bond introduced in this article, which is the Indonesia Coral Bond. It is the first outcome bond for marine protected area in the world. Outcome bond is a bond where part of the return to investor depends on the success of a specific project. In Indonesia, the marine ecosystem is in poor condition due to the funding and management gaps. Therefore, they launched this bond to help with this problem. Here are the details of this bond. It will be issued by the World Bank and provide fundings to these three MPAs in Indonesia. $10 million worth of bond coupon for GOM, together with the $5 million provided by the World Bank, will be used in the marine conservation in these three areas. A variable coupon will be paid to investors at maturity, depending on the project success rate, which will be assessed by the third-party verifier to reduce bias. And this amount of money will be provided by these two institutions. Therefore, investors can become a co-financiers of conservation in MPAs through this project with low risk and support from trustworthy agencies such as World Bank. Therefore, this bond may attract investors who want to support the ocean with low risk. Next, Jay will talk about the analysis part.
Thank you, Fiona. I'm Jade. I'm going to introduce the second bond, the Indonesia Coral Bond. The issue of the bond is the World Bank, which has done a lot of work in reflecting the USG profile. For example, World Bank established independent evaluation group in different countries to evaluate or proceed with projects to improve environmental quality in low-income countries. They cooperate with a wide variety of actors like foundation, private sector, and United Nations in nearly every country. They also contain high data transparency and follow personal data privacy at the same time. The World Bank has 5 future blue targets, mainly focusing on sustainable ocean and coastal development. Second, all proceeds are considered to finance site-based conservation management activities to enhance the effectiveness of the target MPAs. The use of proceeds proposed to assess and benchmark each targeted MPA's performance, develop and implement tailored action plans, and establish the independent scientific advisory group for annual progress audits. Targeted MPAs being verified by IUCN, augmenting the amount of coral reef and reef fish biomass in the long term are the expected project outcomes. The key performance indicators are the coral reef fish biomass and the coral reef health status. Indonesia Coral Bond has high potential in establishing the economic sustainability for Indonesia. According to the World Bank database, the agriculture, forestry, and fishing reckon 12.6% of Indonesia GDPs in 2024. Blue economy play a big role in Indonesia economy. So if the coral bond succeeds in achieving the target, the GDP of the Indonesia able to achieve higher percentage in future. For social sustainability, the project emphasized stakeholder engagement, including local communities, indigenous people, to ensure the project consider the needs of all of the parties. The project also aims to enhance the gender equality by improving women's representation and participation in MPA management, ensure inclusive stakeholder engagement, and addressing barriers to women's access to economic opportunities. For the environmental sustainability, the project focuses on protecting the coral reef to improve the marine protected areas management effectiveness and conserving marine ecosystem. It contributes to environmental sustainability and biodiversity conservation. By investing in marine conservation and coastal ecosystem goods and services, the project generates climate mitigation and adaptation co-benefits.
Thank you, Jade. We can also evaluate the bond using the ICMA guidelines again. This bond falls into the category of marine ecosystem restoration, and the planned projects do fulfill this column. And you can see ICMA recognize most of these are primary objectives in the aspects of natural resources conservation and biodiversity. Also, they are believed to bring very strong positive impact to this area. So we think the coral bond works well in this standard. Another global standard that is applied in this coral bond is the IUCN Green List. This is a product from the International Union for Conservation of Nature. It is a benchmark for quality performance and also helps to dig out the potential area for improvement. More importantly, the conservation success payment, what I regard as jackpot, would only be released if this IUCN Green List is fully fulfilled. As such, there is great motivation that the project team would do their best in order to meet the standard. We take reference from the first sovereign blue bond issued by the Republic of Indonesia. It has gained great success since the issuance in 2023. It gathered $150 million, as same as the coral bond. The project of restoration of damaged coral reefs to a healthier ecosystem has improved the survival rate up to 100%, and more than 2,000 meters square of coral reefs are rehabilitated. The Indonesia has shown great determination and proactiveness in developing the blue economy, as they believe blue bond can bridge the huge financing gap for the sustainable development by 2030. This issuance is an important first step for initiating the blue economy. Therefore, the upcoming coral bond, as the next bond issued by Indonesia, is expected to be more appealing to the market because of the previous experience and issuance background. Just before we end, from this article, we learned that marine conservation is of top priority no matter in the aspect of environmental protection or blue economy development. Also, with the knowledge we build now, hopefully we can contribute more in such kind of bond in future. Thank you.